Firstly, you are saying Canaan was Iraq.
In history,
now
there was no land
Israel
called Israel.
That is incorrect.
There
You
was
get
a
minus
prophet
50 points for that.
There's a prophet called Israel.
If you stop now, we will stop with minus 50. If you continue making that point, you'll get minus 500.
When God, Adam and Eve, when they were in heaven, and they ate from the tree of knowledge, okay?
Adam and Eve
and then went into hiding. God said, Adam, where are you? Okay, he was looking for him, okay? Is God has lessened in knowledge at that time?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, if he is almighty and all-knowing, why would he ask him where he was? He could go straight to the point where he was hiding.
So you're asking
what
me,
do you make of that?
So here is where, again, I'm telling you, your Islamic view of God is not the biblical view of God. On multiple different levels, you will see this.
Right.
So you will think, because he is God, everything, he won't even need.
You should know everything.
One second.
He is the absolute.
One second.
He is the absolute in knowledge.
My dear,
absolute.
my dear.
Okay? He's the if God is not an absolute,
Here is a
question to be asked.
Here is the problem. Yeah. Here is the problem. Yeah.
Right.
On the one hand, we have a revelation over a couple of thousand years from people who were able to perform signs and wonders, including even splitting the Red Sea, raising up dead people back to life in public, to be seen by a nation in some cases, and at least a few people. Nothing private, very, very public on multiple levels. On the one hand, you have that. It gets his history right, it gets his science right, it gets his philosophy, theology, morality, everything right.
Morality?
Morality.
Okay.
One second, let me finish, please.
Okay.
There is no point.
Because you put in too much in a small bag.
Are you a sensible man? Are you a sensible man?
I think I am. Yeah.
If you are a sensible man, let me suggest to you something else. If you are a sensible man, you can let me finish.
Okay.
Once I finish, I can even remind you the points which I made if you wanted to rebut them. No problem. But once I finish, you can do that. There is no point in me making half a statement and you coming in every now and then and so on. No, no. So on the one hand, you have that. On the other hand, you have the Quran. With the Quran, what foundation have you got? With the Quran, it goes against the Bible. It goes against biblical. Now let me finish before you nod.
No.
Let me finish.
I know
my dear friend, my dear friend, my dear friend, let me finish. Let me finish my point before you begin nodding and getting desperate and all those things.
You're not getting desperate.
Well,
just correcting what you just said.
If you're not desperate, you can wait.
Okay.
Let me finish and then you can respond.
Okay. Go ahead.
So on the one hand, you have strong foundation Bible, signs and wonders, revelations, public revelations.
Who wrote the Bible?
Gets his history right, gets his science right, gets his philosophy right, gets his theology, morality, everything right. Yeah. On the other hand, on the other hand,
you don't know who wrote the Bible.
On the other hand,
you saying it's God's word.
On the other hand, you have the Quran, which gets his history wrong. Completely contradicts the Bible in terms of history.
Because God's word.
Contradicts the Bible in terms of theology. Contradicts the Bible in terms of its messianic projection. Contradicts the Bible on multiple different levels. And then...
it's correcting the Bible.
Wait a second. Wait, let me correct the Bible. Unless you are desperate, you can wait for me to finish.
Okay?
Unless you are desperate.
I can show you. I can show you.
Unless you are desperate, you can wait for me to finish. Let me finish first, my friend, and you will see I'll wait for you to answer. I won't interrupt. I'll wait genuinely for you to answer.
Okay.
Quran contradicts the Bible on multiple levels.
Right, correct.
So after contradicting, you would like to think maybe it has some merit to stand up on its own. But what you would find is that it gets its history wrong, gets its morality wrong, gets its theology wrong. The Quran gets all of these wrong.
Okay.
And then wait a second. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me make my point, and then you can make your point.
Stop lying against our Quran.
After doing all that,
go watch cricket.
I might think, okay, maybe there is some merit to the Quran. I'd like to find what that merit is, because it's completely discrediting the Bible. introducing new things,
Okay.
and therefore,
Tell me when you finish, okay? Because I'm running out.
you would know obviously
time,
when I'd
you know?
finish.
Yeah.
And then I'd
Time.
wait. And then you'd like to think the Quran has its own foundations properly after it has discredited the Bible. But what you find on top of that is all that you're left with is what you call a private revelation, which no Muslim, even none of the Muslims can verify by definition. It's private. So none of you can establish if Muhammad really experienced what he experienced or not. And on top of that, so it contradicts everything here.
You know,
And
Muhammad,
then
just to remind you,
it deals with
Muhammad's enemies used to call him the trustworthy.
I'm not asking you.
You put in doubts in his revelation.
You can
okay?
answer.
No, you put in doubts in his revelation.
You can answer.
Even his enemies,
You
they
can
call him
answer.
the trustworthy.
Yeah, well, you can answer. You can answer.
For your knowledge.
Brother, have you
His
finished your
followers
preaching? He's not going to.
haven't seemed to have learned to wait for Christians to finish before making some arguments. So contradicts the Bible. So you would like to think, okay, maybe it has some merits on its own, but gets its theology wrong, science wrong, morality wrong, history wrong, and then maybe there is a final shred of possibility that it is still true. And ultimately what you find is Muhammad's revelation is only self-serving. So even the ultimate
Let me ask you a
unbiased
question.
revelation,
What do you know about Islam?
The Bible is English philosophy. It's not about God. It's not about God. It's a load of bullshit. It's used to keep people enslaved, control the brains. This is an English philosophy.
Thank you very much. Thank
That's
you.
fuckery.
Thank you.
That's why Indians and Africans are slaves.
The gentleman is not Muslim. He's not
The
Muslim.
Africans civilized the English. The Africans civilized the English in 1555. They were savages or cannibals eating each other in this country in 1555. And they went to Ghana for food. Of course it does.
They went to Africa on a ship called Jesus.
in recorded
Nobody named Jesus.
Well,
in recorded history,
You can't kill God. You can't kill God.
in recorded history,
What history?
the first ever slave traders were Ishmaelites. What do you have to say about that? The first recorded slave traders
That's
on the
rubbish.
face of the
That's-
earth were
That's
Ishmaelites.
rubbish. That's rubbish. That's rubbish.
Who was Joseph? What happened to him?
Rubbish. Rubbish
Pharaohs.
talking.
The Pharaohs, you know, they
Who
enslaved
was
the...
Joseph?
Rubbish.
What happened to
They
him?
enslaved the
Fucking
Jews.
Europeans was, huh?
You know, the Pharaohs
The
enslaved the
Europeans
Jews.
were all starving in the 15th
Pharaohs?
century.
Yeah, the Pharaohs
Right.
enslaved the
No, no,
Jews.
simple. I'll give you the
So,
context.
see, I've taken you 3,000 years.
I'll give you the
I know.
context. If you did not know, I'll give you the context.
That's why they have
In
the
the land of Canaan,
They have the
which is
Africans
not
as fucking
Egypt,
slaves.
Pharaohs weren't
They
there.
believe in
Canaan
that
is,
shit.
In the
Iraq.
land of Canaan,
Canaan is Iraq, to your knowledge.
Canaan is not really Iraq for your knowledge. Iraq is Mesopotamia, so that's something else. Get your
Canaan is
Canaan, for your
Canaan
information, my dear friend,
is Iraq.
is mainly today's Israel.
No, it's not.
Israel is today's.
Wait.
No.
What is your basis?
No.
Canaan, Israel, Iraq. Where do you find that?
You're not born in North. You're not from North Africa.
You're lacking knowledge. You don't have much.
Your son
you
is
know.
watching you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you'd be a good example for your son. I really don't want to bring
don't
children in,
divert
sorry.
now to
So the
personality.
point is this: Canaan is Iraq. Where do you get your information from? Where?
From history.
Where?
History.
Can you cite a few
I don't have any
sources?
books with me.
Canaan is in North Africa.
Canaan. Can I
The
show you
whole
maybe a
place
map
is North Africa.
of
The
Canaan?
whole place.
Can I show you a map of Canaan so you can see it's clearly not Iraq?
All
Yeah.
of this information they have on the telephone, a whole lot of it is
So what is the
bogus
point now?
rubbish.
So you see what's happening here? He does not like facts. He does not like truth. All that he likes is
But you
imaginary
don't know
ideas.
what you have written here.
Imaginary ideas of what caters to his thirst.
This came about in the
So if you
16th
can,
century.
if you can look at that
The
map, please.
starvation in this country.
Authentic? Is it
It is.
authentic?
It is.
That's bullshit.
So if you
Can
look
you
at the,
certify this book for me?
yes.
Is it certified?
Certified, yeah.
Don't change the subject.
Attested, certified, yeah. So this is Canaan.
The Bible is rubbish. The Bible is rubbish.
This is Canaan,
Total
yeah.
rubbish.
This is Canaan. That's
A woman
Turkey,
have a child and a man
Israel,
didn't fuck her.
Sinai Peninsula going
A
down.
woman have a son.
Where is
There's a
Canaan here?
prophet
And a
called
man didn't
Israel. There's
fuck
no
her.
land called Israel.
And he's God. You ever heard such
There's
thing?
no land called Israel. There's a prophet
And
called
then they
Israel.
kill him.
Jacob.
Kill
Say
God.
Okay? So he's trying to
Say
impose
so.
something on me.
No, my dear friend.
So there is no land called Israel in history.
The more I speak to you, you're scoring more and more negative points. Firstly, you're saying Canaan was Iraq.
In history,
now
there
you're
was no
saying
land
Israel.
called Israel.
That is incorrect.
There
You
is
get
a
minus
prophet
50 points for that.
There's a prophet called Israel.
If you stop now, we will stop with minus 50. If you continue making that point, you'll get minus 500.
The story, the stories of the Bible, the stories of the Bible is based on North Africa.
The point is simple.
The story of the Bible is based on North Africa.
Obviously, you're very unhappy, sir.
The story of the Bible is based on North Africa. From Syria, come right down to Ghana.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. God asked
Abraham.
God asked Abraham to leave a particular country, a particular city.
Where was that? Where was that?
That is Iraq. That is Iraq. Ur of the Chaldeans is Iraq. Abraham was asked to leave Iraq to go into the land of Canaan. How could he leave Iraq to go into Iraq?
Where did he ask him to go?
That's all North Africa.
Go into the land of Canaan.
Where is Canaan?
That's all North Africa.
To the Bible.
Some land which is
Don't tell me Israel. It's because it's not.
Can I finish?
Yeah, it's not Israel.
Are
Palestine.
you going to still stick with the assertion that Canaan is Iraq? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, Canaan is Iraq.
So when you go home, I mean, you don't have to agree, accept that you've got this fact wrong in front of us. But when you go home, please check this up. Yeah, Canaan is not Iraq, is my point. You think Canaan is Iraq? You can check it up when you go home.
You're following a book that is
Iraq is recent.
From a copy.
Iraq is recent.
The Bible was descended.
Iraq is
the Bible was
recent.
descended in Aramaic, and you have it in English.
Iraq is recent. That's an English philosophy. That's English philosophy.
Was written in
That's
Hebrew.
English philosophy.
Common sense.
So
you have the
Methodist
version.
Church take all these
Canaan is Iraq.
and brainwash them.
Canaan is Iraq. Wrong.
The Methodist Church take them and brainwash them.
Canaan is
The
Iraq.
Bible is in English today.
What was the language the Bible was written in?
The name was changed.
You don't have the
Which languages?
authentic copy of
Which
the
languages
Bible.
are you
You
talking
don't have
about?
it.
Which languages are you
We
talking
have the
about?
authentic copy of the Quran. You don't have
Which
it.
languages are you talking about when it comes to the Bible? Which languages?
Aramaic.
The original Bible wasn't in Aramaic.
It was.
No,
it wasn't Aramaic.
It wasn't.
It was.
You get another minus 50 for that.
And the
It's
proof
not
of
in
that,
Aramaic.
the proof of that, you know, if you go to the Copts in Egypt, okay, the Copts today, they pray like Muslims. Go to the Jews, they pray exactly like Muslims.
Wait.
They put their head down and pray.
Let me try to understand this.
Yes, they do.
So you
Go
were
check it.
No, one second.
Go and check it.
So one second now.
it shows
My dear friend, if I heard you properly,
Right.
you were saying the proof for the fact that the Bible was written in Aramaic is that the Coptics pray like Muslims. Is that what you said?
They're holding.
So let's for a moment.
They're
For a,
holding.
no, one second. For a moment, let's say the Copts pray like Muslims. For a moment, I don't agree with that, but for a moment, let's say the Copts pray like Muslims. How does that make the original Bible to be in Aramaic? How is that connected?
Because you lost it. Okay, you lost the plot altogether.
But how does that
You lost
connect
the
with the
plot.
language?
How do you
Aramaic.
pray? How do you pray?
I pray in all
No,
sorts of
show me
ways.
how do you pray.
I pray when I walk.
How?
Please note me carefully.
Yeah, okay.
I can pray when I am walking.
You walk, yeah?
I can pray when I am driving.
Okay.
I can pray when I am speaking to you.
Okay.
I can pray when I am speaking to someone else.
Who taught you how to do that?
Jesus
Jesus taught you how to pray driving?
Wait, Jesus of course did not
Jesus
drive.
told you how to pray while you're driving?
You get minus 50 for your history.
Can you pray in the toilet as well?
I can if I
Can you
wanted
pray in
to.
the toilet?
I can if I wanted to, yeah. Let me put it this way. How
That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
it's embarrassing.
It's your religion. Come
What
on,
is
man.
embarrassing?
This is
How many different ways did Jesus pray, please? In how many different ways did Jesus
He
pray?
prayed exactly the way Muslims are praying
In
today.
how many different ways did Jesus pray?
I've been
I just
listening
told
to this
you.
man here.
There's only way to pray.
Wrong.
No evidence, no nothing.
الدين عند الله الإسلام.
Let me read to you.
Okay.
Let me read to you, sir.
الدين عند الله الإسلام. You know what Islam means?
Obviously, that's not the language
No.
Jesus
You know what
spoke.
Islam means?
Excuse me, that's
You know
not.
what it means? Islam means salam. Salam is God. Is one of the 99 attributes. No. Submission and Islam is salam. Salam, who is salam? Who is salam? Salam is God. Salam is peace, and peace is God.
very weak and
Okay, so you are very limited when it comes to knowledge. You know,
my dear friend, let's see one example. Let's see one example. I'm going to read.
Salam is one of the 99 attributes.
My dear friend,
No, Salam, Islam means it's taken from Salam. Islam which means follow Salam, follower of peace. Who is peace? Peace is God.
my friend,
He's talking rubbish
my friend.
God is peace. He is one of the 99 attributes for him.
My
Okay?
friend, let's see. I'm going to read to you a passage where Jesus spoke to his father.
No.
One
Hang on a
example.
second. Before
One
you
example.
No, you mentioned morality, okay? Earlier, you just mentioned morality when you said, I tried to stop you, said don't stop me, okay? Go to to Samuel, where God said, slaughter animals, babies, women, and children, even animals. Don't spare anyone. How do you explain that?
So you want to say?
No, I didn't. No. You mentioned morality. I'm trying to put him to...
One second.
Noah's Ark.
One second.
When Noah got all the people on the ark, what did God do to the rest of the
Precisely.
people?
Wait,
What did he do? What did he do?
Yeah, but-
Answer the question.
No, are you God?
Answer the
Are you
see,
God?
you see what I mean?
Wait, but are you God?
See,
Are you God?
stupid.
What is your
You're
question?
No,
One
you're not God.
stupid.
You are not
My
God.
dear friend, one
No,
second.
you heard what I said.
If I answer your question, can we then see how Jesus spoke to his father? Would you be willing to see?
Go back to the point that I just mentioned.
If I answer that,
The
I'm going to answer that.
He was addressing the Amalekites about
Once I answer, can we get here? Once I finish that, I'm going to do that now.
Okay, go ahead,
Once
go
I
ahead.
finish, can I get that? So,
Again, I don't understand.
so one second. So as a Muslim, one
When he
second.
took all the people.
My dear friend, as a Muslim, my brother made a very remarkable point there, which is the point I'm going to make also in a slightly different way. As a Muslim, you would appreciate that God can judge. I'm assuming. God can judge.
of course he can.
He has the authority to judge. Yeah. Now what you would find in the case which you just mentioned is God judging, which is what he did during the time of Noah. When he destroyed the
he's ordering people to kill other people.
Let me finish, please.
No,
Let me finish.
Are you judging God?
Let me finish,
No,
please.
are you judging God?
Okay, you had a war, fine. But to kill
Would you
children,
let me
to
finish?
kill animals,
Would you let me
Are you
finish?
judging God now?
Would you let me
Are
finish?
you
what kind of
judging
brutality
God?
is this?
Would you let
This
me
is brutal,
finish?
you know?
Would you let me finish?
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
لا اوكي خلها
You weren't listening. Would you be willing to listen?
I have been listening for the last
You
hour.
weren't.
I've been listening for the
Obviously.
last hour.
So what you would find
Talking a lot of rubbish.
is God of the Bible actually has a track record of judging. You know, I said earlier the God of the Bible is very different from God of the Quran. What you find in the Quran is people judging. Perfect. Muhammad commanding. People following. What you would not find.
Quran didn't tell you don't kill children, don't kill animals. But the Bible did.
My dear friend.
The Bible
What you would
is
not
encouraging
find-
people to commit violence
What you would
against
not
children,
find in
against
the Quran
animals,
and in
against
Islam.
women.
My dear friend, what you would not find in Islam is in a verifiable way God judging.
Where?
You would not find.
Where? Show me where.
It isn't there.
No,
How can I
show me
you
where.
what is it?
Because you cannot interpret the Quran. You're not Muslim.
Do you know?
No,
of a
show
place-
me where. Refer to a certain verse of the Quran. I can explain to you.
So according
Because
to
it is your judgment, okay?
according to the Quran, Muhammad speaking to Allah, did anyone else see that? Did anyone else see that?
What do you mean?
According to Islam, Allah spoke to Muhammad multiple times.
Unbelievable.
Question is, apart from Muhammad, did anyone else see that?
What is the point?
Allah speaking to
No,
Muhammad.
what is
Did
the
anyone
point?
else see
What
that?
is the point? No. No, you don't need to
My
answer.
point is,
You don't
in
need
a
to answer.
verifiable way, you would not find judgment coming from Allah.
But this is
Muhammad said that.
just a minute. Just a minute.
You are just
This is all unbelievable.
My dear
None
friend.
of them so good. None of them so good.
Excuse me, let's wait.
What are you talking about?
My dear friend.
No, we can
None of
answer.
the
We can
prophets
answer.
so good.
This is the
Let's stick to one point at a time, please. Otherwise, we'll be arguing in rain. My dear friend.
Confused.
all the non-believers say the same thing. all the non-believer.
Well,
will
I
create
am an
Muhammad.
unbeliever, that is
Yes,
true.
all
I
no-
don't believe in fantasies.
Yeah,
that is
all
very,
no-
very true.
All-
I don't like to
Pastor,
believe in fantasies.
all
Anything which
non-believers
can't be
that
verified,
they will
I
go
don't
to
believe
hell.
in.
All non-believers.
Foolishness if I
Hold
think so.
on. You say all non-believers they will go to hell. Say the same thing that you said.
Like I said to you, my dear friend,
Exactly.
I can corroborate what you just said. I am a total unbeliever in the
They
Quran.
question
Total.
the prophet. Did he listen? Did he talk? Did he see?
Question.
The same thing.
The question I asked you earlier is, I mentioned when I said you would not find in a verifiable way Allah judging in a verifiable way, he got offended. He said, show me a verse. And that is where I asked him.
trying to translate the Quran.
That is where I was asking him.
No, I have to stop you there.
That is where I was
You're
asking him.
trying to explain the Quran.
I'm not
You
trying
have-
to.
you have no authority.
You can explain it.
You have
Let's
no
say I've got
authority
it wrong.
to explain the Quran.
Let's say I've
You
got
have
it
to
wrong.
translate
Yeah, for a moment, let us say I've got it wrong. So I'm asking you to explain.
Right.
According to you,
Right.
do you know of anyone being a witness for Allah speaking to Muhammad? Is there anyone?
Yes, the Quran
Is there any witness? Is there any witness? Is there any witness in history that witnessed God speaking to any of the prophets?
Yes, multiple.
Which one?
Moses, Elijah, multiple.
Did they have any witness?
Yes,
way, no way.
multiple.
No
Correct.
way.
Yes,
No way.
multiple.
I'm telling you, look.
Wait, wait a second. You asked me a question. I've said yes. Why are you upset?
You're lying to God.
way.
Why are you
You're
upset?
lying to God.
You know what's happening here again?
You're lying
You
to
know
God.
what's happening
You're lying.
here again?
Because we know.
You
it.
are so,
You're bullshit.
my dear friend.
It's full of bullshit, isn't it?
No. Well done. Do you see what's happening here?
Yeah, we see.
You are
saying
beginning
bullshit.
to see
No, you are
that
saying
God
bullshit.
of
Give
the
me
Bible is very different to God of the Quran. That's what you are beginning to see, and that is what is upsetting you to an
It's
extent.
not upsetting me.
Well, you even
standing
use the
on solid
term
ground.
BS.
We respect.
Are you not upsetting me?
Well, in regards to
You're not
God,
upsetting me. You can't upset me.
my dear friend,
You can't upset
did
me.
you not use the term bull something just a minute ago? When we were talking about God,
because
you must be so upset.
Do you call that the word of God?
When we are talking
call that the
about
word of
God,
God?
for you to swear,
Do you
how
call-
much you should be upset? You should be upset terribly,
not upset.
unless
Do
you
you call that
don't
the
care
word of
about
God?
God at all.
Yeah, continue. Give me
So let's
some-
see.
Give me some.
When I was talking about God so far, was I swearing?
So are you going to the
Was I
brother?
swearing?
Where?
Are you
Wait
going
a
to-
minute.
I
Wait a
was
minute.
speaking
Wait a
about
minute.
God. Was I
Let
swearing?
me just understand now. We are saying that we have no evidence.
I'm
Now
gonna-
you are
now I
saying
mentioned
we have
something,
evidence
but
from Bible. From
I
Bible,
mentioned
somebody
brutality
listen
in
to
the
God.
Bible.
What is
Let
the
him
point
go
you are
for it.
trying to make now?
My point
me
is,
explain.
What you are that
God
Christian-
of the Bible has been verified
No, no.
to have spoken
Okay,
to
good.
the prophets of the Bible.
So the
Now,
people
now,
who wait.
You
the
asked
people,
me a question,
yes,
my
yes,
friend.
The people who listen to the listen
Even
to the
he's laughing
wait.
at you.
Can you wait?
Speak,
Can you
speak.
wait? The people who listen to
you're
the voice
speaking
of
enough.
God, and it is mentioned here that some people listen to. How can you approve that this is the voice of God? Tell me an approve.
Yeah.
Even
Well done.
no,
Good
no, no. I
question.
don't want to talk. Tell me how can you approve today?
I'm going to.
that voice who was speaking to the Jesus
I'm going
is
to.
the voice of God.
I'm going to. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to. Now,
How?
if you listen, yeah. I'm
Give
going to.
me an
read-
approve.
I'm going to begin by reading a passage for you to listen. So this is Moses' experience on
ahead.
Mount Sinai.
Go ahead, without introduction.
I'm going to read. Then this is Exodus chapter 19, verses 14 forward. Then Moses went down from the mountain to the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said to the people, be ready for the third day. Do not come near your wives. Then it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there was thunderings and lightnings and a thick cloud on the mountain. And the sound of the trumpet was very loud, so that all the people who were in the camp trembled. And Moses brought the people out of the camp
what is the voice
to
of God
me.
now?
Excuse me, my dear friend. Either you care about God
Go ahead,
or you
go
don't.
ahead, go ahead.
And Moses brought the people. You don't have to laugh. This is
I am
serious.
laughing
business.
because it's serious.
serious
It's really joke.
We
Go
are
ahead.
talking about
Go ahead.
God
Go ahead.
of Musa, who you think is a prophet. Either you care about him or you don't. You
ahead.
prove for yourself whether you care or not through your actions.
Don't judge me, go ahead.
And Moses brought the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. Who did Moses bring the people to meet with God? Now Mount Sinai, excuse me.
Hey, God is dead. How can you care about God?
Now Mount Sinai was completely in smoke. Mount Sinai was completely in smoke because the Lord Yahweh descended upon it in fire. Its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace. Are you listening? And the whole mountain quaked greatly. And when the blast of the trumpet sounded long and became louder and louder, Moses spoke and God answered him by voice. Then the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mountain. And the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up.
So what is the proof? Can you? I mean, the gentleman asked you a question.
What is the proof now?
What is the proof that God spoke?
Let's begin.
The only way to approve.
I know. Let's begin.
Listen to you now.
What did I
We
say?
need to listen to
I
him.
said I'll begin by reading this passage. Yeah. So what we have got now, let's compare. On the one hand, you have a person, Muhammad, who you call a prophet, who no one ever saw according to your own tradition. I am taking your tradition at face value. Let us assume it is true. Let us assume it is true. Even if it is true, what you've got is a person who no one else saw speaking with God. On the other hand, if you do me the same favor, I'll do more research in a few minutes. But at the moment, if you do me the same favor and assume for a moment that the Bible is true, what you've got is Moses speaking to God in thunderings and lightning in a smoke which descended upon Mount Sinai. Smoke descended upon it, and God spoke with Moses in what? Was it a private revelation? No, it wasn't. It was a revelation which the entire nation of Israel heard.
Completely diverting
For a moment,
now from your question.
I'm trying to clarify that if you assume Islamic tradition to be true, even if you did that, you're left with just believing in Muhammad, not verifying Muhammad.
Can you
On the other hand,
That's the Christian.
go
Always
back
make it.
to Samuel and just tell me why.
God judges.
Why did God order?
God judges. God has judged during the time of Noah. God has judged the nation of Amalek, and God will judge. God will judge.
And the animals.
In the coming days, my dear friend, I haven't come to you with the good news saying God is not going to judge, but I've rather come to... One second. I haven't come to you with the good news saying God is no longer going to judge. That is not the good news. The good news is, God is going to judge.
That's fine.
But in Jesus, you can escape that judgment.
We don't have a problem
That
with
is the
that.
good news
Hold on.
if you want to receive.
Hold on.